Hello, I'm Tony McAvey, and welcome to my podcast, Let's Talk About It. And today, we're talking about stop making a withdrawal when you never made a deposit. Stop trying to make a withdrawal when you never made a deposit. You know, when you go to the bank and you deposit, let's say $600 in the bank, and you go back to that bank and you try to withdraw $700. What would happen? Can't get it. Why? Because you never made a deposit of $700. You only made a deposit for $600. So that means you have insufficient funds to obtain that $700. Well, life is the same way. We've been living in such a way, insufficiently, that we try to withdraw off of what we never made a deposit on. Let me go this way with you. In business, do you want to own a business one day? Has it been your dream to own that business? I would assume that you want that business to be very successful. Probably you want that business to one day be passed on to your children and your grandchildren. That's a successful business. But did you know the percentage? Do you know the success percentage in opening or starting a new business? Statistics say that 90% of all businesses, they fail within the first 5 years of opening. 90% of all businesses fail within the first 5 years of opening, 60 months. What will set you apart? What will put you in the 10% bracket versus the 90% bracket? That means you would have to make necessary deposits in order for your business to be a success. Now, the question is, are you willing to make the necessary deposits in order for you to be that business to be successful? How do I make necessary deposits? Well, I'm glad you asked. By educating yourself in the type of business, of the industry that you are about to embark in. You need to know your clientele. You need to know the buying habits, if it's retail, of customers, demographics. You need to have a specific plan on what group of people that you are targeting. You need to count up the costs to make sure that you have sufficiency to sustain during the downtime. Making a deposit so you can later withdraw from it and be successful. But a lot of times what happened with us is that, we try to make withdrawals, but we never made a deposit. And we keep coming up insufficient and wondering why things don't work out for us, because we never took the time to make the necessary deposits so we can withdraw from it in life to be the success that we want to be. Take time and make the necessary deposits so that you can be a success. So whatever you want to be a success in, make deposits in that. Fill your life by depositing what you need in order to be that success in whatever field that you're about to embark in, whichever area of life that you're about to head down. We fail to make the necessary deposits. Therefore, we continue to come up insufficient and wonder why our life is a repetitive cycle and why things just don't work out for us, because we try to withdraw from something that we don't have. Insufficient deposits. It's like if you want to get married one day, ladies, and I'm using you as an example, you want to get married one day. Well, I will assume you will want your marriage to be very successful. You're going in, and I believe you want longevity. Well, in order to have that, you need to start making the necessary deposits now, so that later you will be able to withdraw from the successful deposits that you made, so your marriage can be very successful. Your marriage can benefit from the deposits that you made in your life pertaining to marriage. Well, how do I make deposits in that area? I'm glad you asked. You go and find at least 3 married women that have been married for 20 years or more. Preferably not your family members and not your friends, because you don't want to talk to anybody that's going to be biased. You need raw, hardcore, straight to the point information. So you pick out 3 women that's been married 20 years or more. Get your notebook, interview them, and you ask them, what did it take for you to have this longevity in your marriage? Take notes from them, because obviously they are doing something right, because they have longevity. Ask them, what did you do? What does it mean to be a wife? How do you be a wife? How are you being a wife to your husband? Take that information. What are you doing? You're making deposits. You're making deposits. You're making deposits for the life that you intend to have later on in the future. So that when the day comes, when you say, I do, my goodness, you are ahead of the curve. You have something that you can withdraw from that's going to, in turn, help your marriage become very successful. You're now going to experience longevity because you have made the necessary deposits in the area of marriage and how to maintain and how to have longevity in my marriage, instead of talking to single women all the time that's never been married, or women who have been married and they're upset with the marriage and everything they have to say about men is negative and they're no good, they're dirty dogs, and hide something from them and don't tell them everything, and make sure you have your business over here and don't let your left hand know what your right hand's doing. What you're doing is you are receiving all of these negative information, and that all what's happening is you're making negative deposits into your spirit. Negative deposits. So if the day comes, you say, I do, guess what you're going to withdraw from? Guess what's going to come up? Guess what you're going to remember? You're going to pull and withdraw from the deposits that you made. You will not be able to withdraw from anything successful because you never made no successful deposits about your marriage. All that you received was negativity and how trifling men are and how you always got to be on the lookout for all the negative information. You understand? Same thing with men. Go find 3 men that has been married for 20 years or more. Same assignment. Get your notebook. Preferably nobody that's kin to you or that you know. You don't want no bias. You need hardcore, straight to the point, raw information on how to have a successful marriage. What gave you longevity? How do you treat your wife? How do you talk to her? How do you handle when you're upset with her? Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. What are you doing? Making deposits. I want deposits because I want my marriage to be successful. I'm learning from successful men, from successful husbands that have stood the test of time, that has been married 20, 30, 40, 50 years. and the marriages are still going strong. That's who I want to learn from. So I'm writing down all the information. So the day come when I say I do, I'm going to be ahead of the curve as a man. You're going to be ahead of the curve as a man. And that's what we missed in our life. We had nobody to teach us or deposit into us those things that make successful marriages. Somebody to deposit into us what makes a successful business. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're going to withdraw from anything of success, you have to make the necessary deposits inside of you. It's time for you to go as far as you can in this life. I'm telling you right now, it is time. It's time to grab the bulls by the horn and say, you know what? This is my time to be victorious. This is my time to be the greatest success I possibly can be. Because you know what? You might not live as long as you have. Look at me. You might not live as long as you have. That means time is running out. And you have no time to waste or spare. Get to work. Get to it right now. Put your dreams back into play and make the necessary deposits in your life that's going to bring about success in the future, because you're greater than what anybody have said negative about you. You are an awesome man. You are an awesome woman. And now is the time to go do it. Go grab it, the bull by the horns, and make it happen today. Thank you. This is Tony McAvee. Let's Talk About It podcast. See you next time.